What's up, everybody? It's OutCast back again for another video, and this time in English as promised. Now, we're going to be doing a very original concept. I know nobody has done it before. I created this shit. We're going to be reacting to a video. Woo! Yeah, I know. It's not the most original thing in the world, but hear me out. So, for today's video, there's a very famous chef that kind of went viral recently because they tried to make a Puerto Rican dish called Pegao. And from what I heard, it's not very accurate. It's not very good either. And that chef is Gordon Ramsay. I mean, he has more Michelin stars than any other chef in the world. He has multiple restaurants, numerous successful TV shows. He's arguably the most famous celebrity chef there is today. And he recently went to Puerto Rico for his show Uncharted and made
Pegao.
I say Pegao in quotations because I guess that wasn't very accurate. So today we're just going to be commentating over that and seeing how accurate or inaccurate that dish is. Remember to follow me on all my social medias. Links in the description down below. So without further ado, let's just get straight into the video. All right, so the video's obviously in his own YouTube channel. However, from the get-go, without starting the video, this throws me off. This is the description. This week, Gordon is beautiful Puerto Rico cooking up an island staple, Pegao, crispy rice, and turning it into the ultimate island breakfast. This worries me because Pegao is not normally used for breakfast. It just doesn't make sense. Anyways, let's just see what we got going on. All right.
Right, welcome to Puerto Rico, one of the most extraordinary, incredible islands I've ever had a chance to visit. I'm going to show you a local. It's a beautiful dish used with leftover rice.
That's true.
Pegao, and
it's not Pegao, it's Pegao. That E doesn't sound like an I. It's Pegao because it sounds like you're saying pig ow.
Be done almost like a sticky rice in a cast iron. So the secret is beautiful sausage. I've got some cooked chicken here first.
That's cooked chicken? I don't know, homie. That looks raw as fuck to me.
Slice up the onions. Not too thin, otherwise they burn.
A whole onion, though?
Whilst I do that, take these are leftover roasted chicken. Take them.
Bro, you can't tell me that's roasted. They look pale as fuck. Like, my wall has more color than those goddamn chicken legs. Where's the adobo, bro? Where's the sazon? Like, what the fuck? They look super pale.
Okay, and just get them into the cast iron pan. I want to get that really nice and crispy. Over to the pan.
You can't say they're seasoned when you just put fucking salt. That's not seasoned. You're just salting your shit. That's it.
Nothing in there. Just straight on. And get them nice and crispy. I want the chicken fat coming off there. I'll show you why in a minute. With the onions, get some garlic. Slice that down. Be generous in the garlic.
Nice slicing. All right. As a professional chef should do.
And all we do there is just literally take that out and squeeze that over. Get rid of the casing. And that's a beautiful Puerto Rican spicy sausage. Now, that may not look appetizing, but trust me, it will transform into something unique, let me tell you. We've got the color on the chicken. Take that out.
What color? What part of that tells me that's been cooked on a skillet? And he didn't even flip it. He just put it on one side, let it fucking burn for maybe 3 minutes, and then he took it out. Nothing of that says cooked to me, let alone crispy.
With the onions, sausage, garlic in, over we go.
You know he's in Puerto Rico because there's flies getting close to his food. I don't know if y'all noticed it, but on his cooking table, there was like 3 flies that came in, said what's up, and dipped out. So it's authentic.
I've got that flavor of that chicken in there already, look. It's beautiful. Oil in.
Normally you use cooking oil. I mean, olive oil's all right, but not many Puerto Ricans will use cooking oil to fry shit, even stir fry. Normally vegetable or canola oil will be your preferred choice.
Onions. And your garlic and your sausage goes in.
And I've never seen it done on a skillet. Normally that's all like fried in the actual pot. So by the time you put the rice and the beans and everything in it, it already has those flavors marinating and cooking.
Now, fry that off. Beautiful. Now get that really nice and crispy. Great color on the sausage. Great color on the onions. Caramelize that garlic and start to make this really nice and flat now. Base.
Okay, that looks pretty good.
Take your salt. And give that a really good seasoning. Beautiful.
You can't fucking say you're gonna season something when you're just adding salt to it. Where the fuck is the adobo? God damn it. More olive oil.
Beautiful. You never ever get anything crispy in a cold pan, so keep that heat in there.
That's true. You also want to add a decent amount of
Flatten
oil
that down
too.
nicely. Leave that bubbling away. Now, the chicken.
I think the onions are a little bit too thick. Like you serve that shit to a Puerto Rican and they take a huge bite of an onion, they're probably gonna be grossed out. You don't want them that thick.
Skin as well, just open that up.
Oh my God, look at that chicken. Look at that fucking chicken. Oh my God, dude. That looks disgusting.
And sort of break it in half.
Ooh, and that's
And
still raw.
keep it nice and sort of...
You see how pink that was on the inside? That's still raw. He can't say that's pre-cooked chicken when you open it up and that shit is raw and pink on the inside.
Chunky, not too small. One that all sort of coming off the bone.
I've seen it too where they just throw the whole fucking chicken leg as well. That's acceptable. The whole drumstick, you just throw it in. You season it properly with adobo and sazon, but you throw it in there with the rest of the fucking food.
Caramelization going on there.
Pegao.
That's exactly where I want to get that. Now, in with that chicken. Beautiful.
Ooh, that white tasty chicken.
That is beautiful. From there, take that out. And now we're going to start frying the rice. Really beautiful.
More olive
The
oil.
flavor in there is incredible. Now, oil.
See, this is where you fucking lose me. You don't use a skillet to make rice. Even if it's to fry it, you do it right there on the fucking caldero.
Really important to get that oil piping hot, okay? And that's going to help literally get that rice nice and sticky. In she goes. Beautiful. Just literally pat that down and get that.
That's not an omelet. Why are you tapping it down? Why are you trying to make it flat?
Super crispy. Really important to get the rice so toasty. Next, get my chicken over and spread that in there with the onions and the sausage. Look at that.
That should have been already cooking together. But the fact that he separated everything, I guess I get it because he's already using pre-made rice. But normally, it's all made at once in the caldero. It's already cooking. It cooks it and fries it and like makes it sticky. That's why it's called pegao, because it sticks to the bottom of the pan. I don't know what he's doing here.
Get all that
Make it like a scramble,
juice.
but with rice.
Beautifully done. And that just looks incredible. The spices come out of those, and it really is literally making that sing. Push that down.
You hear singing, I hear crying. That rice is fucking crying in that skillet. It should not be made like that at all.
Pat that chicken into that rice and get that crispy. Now
see, it looks like he's making like some sort of omelet with it. Why are you patting it all down? It's supposed to be all mixed together. Fuck. I don't get it. I just don't understand what his mentality with this dish is.
Garnish are the eggs. Just a beautiful fry.
He said what? Hold up. Let me go back. He said what?
Rice and get that crispy. Now the garnish are the eggs.
Gordon, what the fuck are you doing? Why are you gonna put eggs in pegao? This isn't egg fried rice. What the fuck are you doing? That makes no sense. Then he said to garnish it with what? Why? It doesn't require a garnish. You don't. What? Okay.
Just a beautiful fried egg on top of there, okay? So, non-stick pan. Bring that over.
I'm not confident about this at all. It started bad and it's just getting worse.
With a little touch of garlic in there.
More olive oil.
Beautiful.
Look, man, if you're too Puerto Rican, you're using canola oil or vegetable oil. There's no fucking olive oil in a traditional Puerto Rican dish. That's just como mierderia. That makes no sense.
The pepper. Again, just down.
We don't use peppers like that in our food either.
Again, local pepper. A little bit of heat to the eggs.
Why?
Just want to run that through that oil, get that nice and crispy before we crack our eggs in there. Touch of salt.
Again with the salt.
Now get that oil nice and hot. We should start softening the garlic and the peppers. Get a touch of butter in there.
And then he puts butter. Use manteca then. Don't use butter. What the fuck? No, if anything, use manteca. Use lard. That makes it more authentic. It's not. It's already not an authentic dish to start with. But at the very least, use the proper ingredients. You don't use olive oil. You don't use butter. You use canola oil, vegetable oil, and manteca. Greasy as fuck. And it's delicious.
And just to get this really nice and brown, look, I'm going to put a touch of butter down the side of the rice. That's going to give that really nice nut brown flavour. And so as that starts getting nice and toasty.
Are you putting it on the rice too?
Underneath.
Oh my god.
Beautiful caramelized.
How many things is he gonna get wrong in this video, man? And I'm not a cook. Like, it's not like I'm here like touting like,
oh my god, he just doesn't know how to cook. And I do.
I don't. But I can clearly see when something is wrong in a dish.
Your eggs. straight in, over the garlic, then we'll hit that with some cilantro.
Cilantro?
Cilantro.
Cilantro? No, 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 you don't, this isn't fucking Mexican cuisine. You don't use cilantro. I've heard very, if any, Puerto Rican dishes that use cilantro. If anything, use fucking recao. But then again, recao goes in the beginning to fucking give the flavor. Use sofrito, which is the mixture of recao and a whole bunch of shit to give it flavor from the beginning. You don't add it at the end as a garnish. You don't use cilantro most of all. And you don't put it on top of the eggs either.
Cilantro now. Get some beautiful cilantro. Group it up and literally cover those eggs with that cilantro.
No,
Watch this.
that's
nice.
so much.
Over. Beautifully.
That's way so much. And then he goes and he puts it on the rice. Oh my god. That is so much. Look at the amount of fucking cilantro on those eggs. Cilantro is such a strong flavor. Same thing as recao. You want to use just a little, just a slight portion because it's way too strong. Those eggs are going to taste like straight cilantro. Fuck the peppers, fuck the butter. It's just gonna taste like cilantro.
Flavor. I'm just cooking the whites.
That looks fucking gross.
That is nice and crispy. And now for the exciting part. Get the plate.
What, are you going to flip it out like an upside down cake? Like, what the fuck else are you going to do with it? It's already ruined. That's not pegao. If anything, that's a real shitty version of an arroz manposteado, which is another dish.
Carefully.
That is not pegao.
Sit that on top.
He's gonna flip. He's gonna fucking flip it. Of course he was gonna flip it. Like an upside down cake.
Literally.
I'm so disappointed.
Bang. And just to be sure. And
He's
then
even banging it out too, like, so it can come out with the form and shit.
lift that off. Beautiful. Wow.
So right off the bat, it's uneven because on the far side, it's crispy as like you want it. Normally, I see it a little bit like browner or even black, but when you get to black, it's a little bit burned. I enjoy it. Some people might not. But then you get to the closer side of the plate, and it's not crispy at all. That's not cooked the way it's supposed to if you want pegao. You want to know why? Because he didn't use enough olive oil. He wasn't supposed to use olive oil in the first place. He didn't use enough of it to make the whole bottom be sticky. That way, when you scrape it out of the pan, it's like the crispiest thing you've ever had. But it's uneven as shit.
Take your eggs.
That looks fucking gross.
And use the garlic and peppers. And there we have the most amazing Puerto Rican pegao.
That is not Puerto Rican, and that is not pegao.
Beautiful.
Gordon. I cannot say enough bad things about that dish. You need to go back to the fucking drawing board and try that shit again, because that was ass. And in the beginning, I said that he was right by using leftover rice. No, I was wrong. That you use that for manposteado. You don't use that for pegao. Pegao use fresh rice. You cook it all fresh in the same pot. And as you're cooking it, the heat is what cooks and crispies up the rice. What the fuck? It looked like you were making a torta at one point, and then you added the fucking jalapeno. You started off by using olive oil. You messed up. You used canola oil, vegetable oil, fucking corn oil. I'll even forgive peanut oil because it's still used for frying. But use olive oil and not enough of it. And then the onions were way too thick. I wouldn't, like, again, if I'm served that pegao and I fucking take a bite and I'm eating a chunk of huge onion, I'm throwing that fucking plate out. That's gross. The garlic was good. The chicken looked atrocious. Like, you seasoned. Just because you add salt does not mean you're seasoning a plate. Seasoning a plate, like, that means you like add adobo, you add garlic powder, you add sazon, which are two fucking key, like adobo and sazon, or like the key ingredients in Puerto Rican cuisine. You can add nothing else except adobo and sazon, and your chicken is still gonna taste fucking amazing. You did that, and then you made your rice in the same skillet, which normally you cook it all in the same pot. And then later on you added butter, which why the fuck would you use manteca, you use lard, Crisco, any other fucking brand. As long as it says lard, you use that on it. And then you try to add an egg. For what? What the fuck are you trying to make, man? Are you trying to make a breakfast scramble? That doesn't make sense. And then you added a disgusting amount of cilantro to the egg. You added peppers, which made no sense either because Puerto Rican cuisine isn't spicy. That's Mexican. There's a common misconception that Puerto Rican cuisine is like Mexican cuisine that is spicy. It's not. Far from it. And then you add the whole fucking sprig of cilantro, which you wouldn't even use cilantro. You would use maybe Pegao, which is the closest thing you could get to that. And even then, you would use it in the beginning in something called sofrito, which is used to add flavor. You can add that shit to anything and it'll taste good. But then you use a fuck ton of cilantro and then you put it all together and then you flip it over like it was an upside down cake and it wasn't even crispy all the way. You botched up that fucking dish. I'm surprised more people aren't calling you out on it. Like, I get it, you're a multi-star Michelin rated chef, but come on, man, you shit the bed on that one. Like, charriaste, papi. Te amo, cabrón, pero charriaste bien duro. That wasn't pegado. That wasn't even proper arroz manposteado. So try again, sir, because that was horseshit. Anyway, guys, I hope you really enjoyed this video and enjoyed watching me suffer through it. It was an adventure, I'll tell you that much. Let me know if you liked it. Let me know what you want to see for the next video. Like I said in the beginning, follow all my social media accounts. They're all in the description below. And man, other than that, have a great day. See you on the next one.